All right, welcome back. Now, this is kind of a fun module. I'm going to dip into my bag of tricks here, so to speak, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite browser add-ons and extensions and software hacks that I use every single day with LinkedIn to speed up and automate the lead generation process, the prospecting, everything that I do. So I want to walk through some of these. Some I've already shown you in other modules, others you have not seen yet, but I want to walk through some of my favorites, show you what they do, how to get them, and that's really going to help you when you're on LinkedIn, just speeding up and automating as much as possible. So all of these extensions, I should point out, are available in the Google Chrome web store. I use the Google Chrome app. So I suggest if you don't have it already, just install the Google Chrome web browser and start using it for LinkedIn. And the reason is it has so many good extensions. Safari with Macs really doesn't have a lot of extensions that I know of at all for LinkedIn. Firefox has some, but Google Chrome is where a lot of these good ones are. So what I want to do, there's a few apps, but I really like to filter by extensions. And then you'll see a whole list here. There's a ton. Now, some work better than others. Some haven't been updated for a while. That's why you have me. I'm going to help you. Okay, I'm going to help you walk through all these different LinkedIn add-ons and really tell you the ones that I like best. And then, obviously you can search whenever you want. Just go into the Google Chrome web store. A lot of these are free to add. Some are paid. But let's just start with this first one. It's a really easy one to install, the LinkedIn Connection Revealer. This is actually a helpful little tool that you can use to kind of find out more about who the real heavy hitters are in your LinkedIn network, who the real players are. So let me explain. Once you install the LinkedIn Connection Revealer, you can see it up here. Once you install it, right, there it is. And what you do is you go into the profiles of people you're connected to on LinkedIn. So let's say I want to know what John Morgan has going on in his network, because normally LinkedIn will just say, 500 plus connections or, whatever it is. But you'll notice in the little number next to it in the parentheses, it says 1,181. That's what this little revealer does. This little LinkedIn Connection Revealer in the top right, it will pull up this extra number in parentheses to say, here's how many connections John really has. LinkedIn will just say to you he has more than 500, but that's very, very helpful for you to know when you're out choosing who to network with, who to invest time with, who to build relationships with, different influencers, because again, like if you were to look at Gary Vaynerchuk, who's, a first level connection of mine, I can look at it and normally it would just say he has 500 connections, but because I have this free add-on installed, you can see it tells me Gary has almost 500,000 connections. Like, wow, right? So again, this is valuable when you're going through your network of first degree connections to kind of figure out who are the heavy hitters, who has a lot of connections beyond just that 500 number that I can maybe, want to build a relationship with because their audience is so big. Now, one other thing, I want to jump back into the Chrome web store. There are some extensions that purport or claim to integrate with certain CRM softwares. So you can see here's an export to CRM, export LinkedIn profiles to CRM contacts. I have not tried all these out. I don't have a specific CRM that I need to use, but Pipeline Deals is another one, right? So, there are some here you can try. I would always say if they have a free trial period, give it a shot, see if it integrates with your platform data, with your CRM. There's lots and lots in here. You can plug these in, see how they work, see what works for you. But yeah, there's lots of options in here from a CRM perspective. Now, another add-on that I just absolutely love and I cannot live without is this one right here, Rapportive, and it's free. So you can't beat free. Now, if you use Google Mail at all, Gmail, then this is a great, great plugin to have. So let me show you how it works. When I go into my Gmail, anyone's email that I put in, Rapportive immediately looks up their social media profiles for me. So if I'm going to write a message to, and I'll just use my friend John Morgan, right? I'll just put his email in. As soon as let me get his name pulled up. So as soon as I'm writing a message to my friend, say John Morgan, or say I get an inbound email, you can see on the right-hand side, Rapportive has pulled up his profiles for me. So it has pulled up everything on him. Here's his LinkedIn profile. You can see where it says connected. If we're not connected, Rapportive will give me the option to reach out and connect him. It'll show me his Twitter profile. And again, this is all free and it's all based on emails that people send you. Now here's an example I can show you. I got an email from this gentleman, Paul, right here. You can see it pulls in everything, tells me who he is, and then you can see we are not connected yet on LinkedIn. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is clear that. And then watch this. I can just click this connect button and it'll instantly pull up. This is actually a LinkedIn invite that's going to go to Paul directly. So I can say, Hi, Paul. Thanks so much for your email and would love to get connected here directly on LinkedIn as well. John Nemo. And so then it sends Paul an invitation, and then you can see a report of updates and says, okay, we sent Paul an invite. He's been invited. And I do this on a daily basis. This is such a good lead generation tool. So again, I love Rapportive. It is very, very valuable. It's free. It's super easy to use if you use Gmail, which almost everybody does. Just depending on how you run your email, but it is very, very valuable. I use it every single day, and this is a great way for me, again, to do warm invites, warm leads. So if I get a random email from someone through my LinkedIn Riches website, comes in like the one from Paul did, somebody sends in a contact form or something like that, or somebody's on a webinar and emails me a question, Rapportive will instantly tell me, hey, you're not connected yet. Why don't you send him an invite? And boom, we're connected on LinkedIn. Now he's going to start getting all kinds of notifications from me and messages from me, and it's just moving him into my funnel, into my network. So love, love, love Rapportive. Definitely worth using if you're a Gmail user. Now, another free extension I like, and it's not necessarily a LinkedIn extension, but I'll just throw this in as a bonus one, is called ShareMetric, and it's free. And what I really like about this is it will tell you the actual amount of social shares on a page. So what I mean by that is if you go and look at my blog here, you can see on this particular blog post, if you look, you say, okay, it looks like he had 20 LinkedIn shares, one here, one here, one here. And then I can also then open up here. It's a free plugin. It says, yep, this exact page on the internet has had 22 shares. And so what's valuable about that is I can see for me when I'm testing content, where are people sharing it, what pages it is. And what's really cool about it is it works on anyone's page. So I can go to anyone's blog, anyone's page, and find out how many shares they really have. And the reason I find that valuable is when you're guest blogging, when you're reaching out to other people who say, I have a big audience and they're going to share your post like crazy and things like that, I love to use ShareMetric to just test it and see what do their pages really have for shares. Is it 100,000? Is it 10? Is it 5? That's a great way to kind of track the value of certain posts that you share both on LinkedIn and on your website and on your blog. So have at it. All right, so that was a summary of all my favorite hacks and plugins and software add-ons and browser add-ons to date, to now, and I'm sure I'll be adding more soon. But those are some of my favorites. I've got links here on the page to all of them. If you want to check any of those out, add any of those in. If you use Google Chrome, you will save tons of time. So make sure you invest the time and or budget, if you need to, into some of these plugins, because they will help automate the process for you in incredible ways when it comes to prospecting, messaging, connecting, all kinds of stuff. All right, I'll see you on the next video.